Okay, everybody. Good evening, and a warm welcome to class. Welcome, everybody. Welcome all the new students and everyone else to this wonderful class. I'm super excited to meet with you. There are some names I've not seen in a while, but today I see you in class. So welcome. Welcome, Oluwafemi. Welcome, Emanuela. Welcome, Kirubel. I hope I am audible and visible as well. All right.
Yes, sir, we
So
can hear you, but we can't see you.
you cannot see me.
No, we are not seeing you.
Okay, that's strange. Is it with everyone?
I guess it's from my end then. I need to go in now. I need to log out and log in again.
Okay,
Oh, it's
so
okay. I know it's okay. It's okay.
ah. Some are saying we
Now they
can
are
see you,
firing me.
sir.
I can see you now.
You can see me now. Okay, so where did I go? All
You
right,
went to
so
Ethiopia.
all right, so welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. Kirubel, Jovia, Newman, great to see you. Robley, of course, great to see you. And Timothy, welcome. Lucretia, great to see you. Super excited to see you. And Chibuke, Naomi, Tolu, welcome all of you. Abel, welcome to this wonderful class on data visualization with Power BI. This is a Microsoft certification program that we are going to deep dive into. So we are going to have a deep dive into this and we are going to complete it in 2 weeks or 2 weeks and a few more days. So this week and next week, we are going to zoom in on Power BI and learn it from a certification point of view. What this means is that after this training, you are going to be a certified Power BI user. You are going to be a Power BI data analyst. Yeah, so that is how it's going to be. And after this particular training, you will be qualified to apply for a data visualization with Power BI job or a data analyst job or business intelligence job because we are going to cover everything you need to know to be a professional and certified for this particular role. So if you're excited to be here, let me know. This is in response to the Microsoft Skills Challenge certification that is made available to all of us. So I believe everyone here has applied and everyone here has the information about the application and everyone here has either gotten a code or waiting for a code. Some have gotten it and you will get yours too. All right. So get yourself prepared and get yourself prepared. Get yourself prepared. So if you are ready for class, let me see in the chat. Ready? Lois Ominde, welcome. Salina, welcome. If you are ready, let me know in the chat. And I'd like to hear from you. If you've not said anything in the chat, I want to hear from you. So please post something in the chat. Let me hear something from you. And all right, I can see ready. My chat is loading slowly, but I think I can get it now. All right, so welcome to this powerful training on data visualization with Power BI. This is a Microsoft certification training that will qualify you to be a Power BI data analyst or business intelligence data analyst, and you will have the certification backed by your training to be able to meet industry demands. After this course, Rate Africa will give a certification of completion for this particular training. This training is going to be hands-on, is going to be Practical, you are going to be working in class. All right, so I'm going to show you the structure of the training, and you are going to work with me in this particular course. So you are not just going to be watching and listening, you are going to be participating. Most importantly, you are going to be working and you are going to be presenting your work. There's going to be a time where each and every one will present their work. Okay, so this is a super hands-on training, and it will get you prepared for the job market, and you will get certification from Microsoft as well as certification of completion from Rita Africa. All right, to earn more, you must learn more. I believe in learning. I believe the secret to success is learning. And for us to increase our capacity to earn more, we must learn more. Learning is the best investment you can ever make because it has the highest returns on the investment. There are certain investments that you lose, but with learning and with training like this, you won't lose. Anything you learn and add to your skills as a data analyst or data scientist, you will earn for it. Any skill, any tool that you add to your toolkit as a data scientist, as a data analyst, you will earn for it. If you don't know Power BI, you are going to lose something. And so you will earn for what you are learning now. And to earn more, you must learn more. This is me as always, and welcome to this Power BI course, Microsoft Certified Power BI Data Analyst Associate Certification. And when you click on this, it will take you to the Microsoft certification page where you are given the information about how to prep for this particular examination and also how to book and take your examination. We've gone through the stages of applying for the code. And so right now we need to get started with the training. And if you've not done your training, the time has come. This particular training is going to be both self-study and practical live classes. The self-study is very self-explanatory. And so if you take time and you go through it, you are going to really learn and you are going to really understand. Howbeit, at Rita Africa, we want to ensure your practical skills for the job market. And so we are going to provide you the opportunity to receive live hands-on classes where we work on exercises and on a capstone project that everyone will participate, everyone will present, and everyone will receive feedback on your work, and you perfect your work for certification of this particular training. So we are going to go through 13 steps in this particular training, and this is the entire structure and the content for this particular course. So the first one is your self-study on the Microsoft certification platform. When you click on this link, it takes you right there. If you don't have this link, I'm going to paste it in the chat for you. And I believe everyone has it. And if someone has it, please put it in the chat. If I don't see it, then I will post it in myself. All right. So number one is your self-study. So please, you are expected to make quality time and go through the material on the Microsoft platform. All right. We are taking this time to fully explore Power BI and become certified as professionals. And 3 weeks from now, everyone who follows this is going to be a fully certified Power BI professional that will meet industry standards and the industry demands. All right. Number two, we are going to have practical introduction to Power BI and setup. So today's lesson, the first lesson here, is going to be more of introducing you to what Power BI is, for you to understand what it is. And then we ensure that everyone does the setup, because last week we told everyone to install it, and most of you have installed that, I know. But if you have not, in this class, you'll be given the information on how to install it, and you'll be able to install it. After we ensure that the installation is done, we are going to do a live virtual tour of the Power BI desktop interface for us to get familiar with how the interface looks like and understand where to find the buttons and the tools we need within Power BI. After that, we are going to have a live practical demo where we work on a quick project for you to experience the entire process of using Power BI, from getting your data to transforming your data, to modeling your data, to designing your visualizations, and to sharing your visualizations on Power BI service and using it on Power BI service. So we will have a quick demo that I will guide you through it, and I will work on it for you to see live, and you will also follow along to do the same demo. So after the intro, we will work on a demo together, and this demo, everyone will present their work. Everyone will present their work. So today being Monday, we are going to explore the introduction and the setup and the interface tour. Then tomorrow, just because of time, tomorrow we will work on the live demo. Before that, we'll talk about the workflow of a Power BI project, what and what you need to go through, what and what you need to do professionally. Remember, this is a professional training, and latest 3 weeks from now, we would have explored this tool and this software very, very effectively. So tomorrow we'll have the live practical demo, and we will give you the exercise to start in class, but you do your presentation on Thursday. You do your presentation on Thursday. Everyone will present their demo. And after the presentation, then we explore the practicality of Power BI in about 5 powerful sessions. So the first live session is going to be about the first stage of working on a professional project, which is data loading and transformation. And then after that, we will move on to what is called data modeling. Then we'll talk about the DAX programming language. The DAX is data analytics expressions or data analysis expressions language. And it is a programming language within Power BI that is very easy to understand. And it is already something we are used to. If you are good with Excel and Access, you're already used to that already. And then we will zoom in to a real data visualization, which is not a quick demo, but a full in-depth training on data visualization. And then we will end it with publishing and sharing. Power BI is very simple, very easy to understand, and we can finish the whole training in 2 weeks. After that, we are going to have a capstone project where we do a real BI project, a full project that I will lead and guide you through, and you will be tasked to work on your individual projects and present as well. Remember, this is a full certification program, and it has requirements for you to complete it and be certified, and for you to have the skill, and not just for the certificate, but to be a real professional and a certified Power BI data analyst. So in lesson 1, we are going to talk about introduction and setup. And we are going to get started with Power BI and ensure that our tools are set up for powerful data visualizations. And this is the time for us to see what Power BI really is, for us to understand it, for us to fall in love with it and for us to start using it. And again, if you have not started with your self-study, I believe most of you have started. If you have not started, right after this lesson, please get into the platform and begin your self-study. By the end of this particular lesson, you will be able to define the purpose of Power BI. You'll be able to identify its key components. You'll be able to install Power BI Desktop and navigate the interface of Power BI with confidence. So that's what we hope to achieve. By tomorrow, you would have created your first Power BI project, and then we will zoom into the technicalities of Power BI and we will work on a full project. So to get started, the first question here is, what is Power BI? What is Power BI? What is Power BI? So this is the first question, and the first thing for you as a data analyst, data scientist to understand, because every data scientist needs Power BI, every data analyst needs Power BI, and this is a major part of your career. And so this is a time for us to get a hold of it. So again, we want to urge you to pay extra attention to this particular training, because this is actually an opportunity for us to go deep into it and an opportunity for us to really get what it is. All right. This is a valuable skill to have. And in these 2 to 3 weeks, the opportunity to understand it and be a professional and acquire the skill is here now. So we want you to focus on it. So we are going to stop setting classes and we are going to make sure we just complete this in this particular time. So all you have to do is to do your best to put in much effort and complete what you need to do. All right. So first off, Power BI is a business intelligence and data visualization tool, which most of us are already aware of. If you are not yet aware, Power BI is a business intelligence, and the BI comes from business intelligence. If you can hear me, please type business intelligence in the chat. And by the time I'm done reading this, I'm going to pick up some keywords that I want us to talk a little bit about, because we've been hearing business intelligence. What is business intelligence? What is BI? Why did Microsoft create Power BI? And the BI stands for business intelligence. So Power BI is a business intelligence and data visualization tool. And so if you have typed business intelligence, I don't know how many have. Let me check. I think my chat is very, very slow. Thank you. I want you to type data visualization, because we have to really zoom in into what this tool is, and we have to get into understanding it and using it professionally. So it is a BI, or business intelligence and data visualization tool, that allows users to analyze data. Allows users to analyze data. So please add analyze data to the chat for me, because you need to understand that Power BI is a data analysis tool. And by the time you are done learning Power BI, you are a Power BI data analyst. What this means is that Power BI does data analysis, and as a data analyst or data scientist, you need to fully understand what the tool stands for. So Power BI is a business intelligence and data visualization tool that allows users to analyze data and share insights through interactive visualizations. All right, so there are a lot of key terminologies here. I can see business intelligence. I can see data visualization. I can see analyze data. I can see share insights. Please type share insights in the chat as well. If you have not done that, please type share insights in the chat. All right, so you can see all that Power BI does. It's a BI tool, it's a data visualization tool, it is a data analysis tool. We use it for data analysis. So when we say Power BI is used for data analysis, what does that mean? What do we mean by Power BI is for data analysis? We thought Power BI was just used for creating dashboards and charts. What do we mean by data analysis? So we want to understand all of that. And it is to share insights through interactive visualizations. And so through interactive visualizations. And so one of the end goal of Power BI is that at the end of the day, you are going to use a tool to create interactive visualizations. Please type that as well in the chat for me, because these are very powerful terms in business intelligence and Power BI that we need to really understand. Interactive visualizations. And those who knew that I was going to ask, they've already typed it. Okay. Yeah. So just think about it. When you hear interactive visualizations, what this means is that you are going to create visualizations with Power BI, and these visualizations are not going to be static. They are so interactive, so dynamic, in a sense that upon clicking on any part of your data, the whole visualization will transform to conform to your click or your request. So it allows you to fully interact with the visualization that you will create at the end of the day. So after this definition, you should get an idea of what Power BI is. So what do we mean by a business intelligence tool? What do we mean by business intelligence? Now, business intelligence, by definition, I'm going to take time and explain this because we've been hearing BI, business intelligence for some time, and we need to really understand what it is. And as data professionals, we can't help it but take time and understand what BI stands for, or business intelligence is. So in the field of data analytics, there's something called business intelligence. You've already typed it, so I'm not going to ask you to type again. Now, business intelligence is a business analytics term. Business intelligence is a business analytics term. Now, what is business analytics? In data analytics can be used in general and in multiple industries and in multiple use cases. You can use data analytics in sports, in healthcare. You can use data analysis in finance. You can use data analysis in government and social welfare. You can use data analytics anywhere, even in school. But then, when it comes to data analytics in business, we refer to that as business analytics. Please type that in the chat for me. Business analytics is an application of data analytics in the business environment. So anytime we talk about business analytics, it is actually an intentional formulation of this particular career and discipline in the framework of business, sales and marketing, profits, KPIs, business growth, business strategy, business operations, and business access. So let me see those who have typed business intelligence. My chart is loading very, very slowly, but I can see that Newman has done it as always. We have Cletus, we have Tolu, we have Adalberto, we have Chibuke, Robley, of course, Naomi, Ebonye, Thomas, Collins, Abel, and of course, Joanne. So when we say business analytics, it is the application of data analytics in the business environment. So business intelligence is referring to the process of turning raw data into insights to support strategy, tactical, and operational decision making within a business. I'll elaborate further on it. But when we say business intelligence, we are talking about analyzing data with the goal of receiving actionable insights that will inform business strategy, that will inform business performance, that will inform intelligent decision making within a business. This is why the insights we draw for business is referred to as business insights or business intelligence. In business intelligence, we go through a process of turning complex data into interactive visualizations. The goal is to ensure that through these visualizations, we will be informed about the performance of business, about what is happening in business, about strategy, and about making decisions for growth and for success in the future. So the term business intelligence is a process of moving from here with messy, complex data, applying techniques and tools in data analysis, or most specifically, business analytics, to draw insights from interactive visualizations. I'll elaborate further again, but you can see how raw data like this can be refined by a data analyst to turn to this. If the data is like this, non-technical people have no clue of what the data is saying because we have millions of rows of data. Even expert data analysts have no idea what the data is saying when the data is at this stage. But through multiple business analytics techniques, we can transform this data into this. When it gets to this particular stage, then business stakeholders, business decision makers can look at this and understand it, because these business leaders, they have studied how to read this. What they do not know is how to read this. And of course, they do not have time for this. But expert data analysts can turn this into this. And by looking at this, you can start analyzing your business. When you click on product 1 over here, the entire visualization is going to transform and conform to information from product 1. When you click on product 3, the entire visualization will transform to conform to information about product 3. The process of clicking and checking, the process of seeing performance, of seeing trends, the process of checking what is happening is called data analysis. This is why we say Power BI is a data analysis tool, because once this visualization is done, even after the work of the data analysts, business stakeholders can analyze their business from this environment. And as a matter of fact, this visualization is directly connected to the entire business data, even in real time. So as business is operating, business users and stakeholders can learn what is happening in their business, and that is called analysis. This is where we understand why we said to analyze data. Business intelligence is a type of data analysis that focuses specifically on using data to understand business performance. So I've already explained this. So when we say business intelligence, we use data to understand business performance, to improve strategy, support better decision making. It often involves the use of dashboards, KPIs, and reporting tools. So think about it for a minute. What we refer to as business intelligence, first of all, is data analysis, but focused on business. Focus on revealing business performance, focus on revealing business information that will inform strategy, inform decision making, often done with the use of dashboards and visualizations. Apart from dashboards and visualizations, we have what we call KPIs, key performance indicators. Please type KPIs in the chat for me. Type KPIs in the chat for me. Let me see the first person to type KPI. Because every business knows their key performance indicators. Every business knows what indicates good performance, stagnation, and poor performance. Every business knows what their KPIs are. And so business stakeholders want to see the KPIs on one screen. This is why business intelligence is done through visuals, through dashboards, and reporting tools, usually making it available on a single screen for stakeholders to be able to analyze and understand. And this is called getting intelligence from your business, or it is called business intelligence. Let's take a minute and mention what is meant by the use of dashboards, because BI is usually done through dashboards. And so what in the world are dashboards? Okay. So in business, what we are saying is that the aspect of data analysis where we actually visualize business KPIs and business performance indicators, and we report what is really going on, that is business intelligence, and it is done usually through dashboards. So what a dashboard is a visual display of key data insights. So what we mentioned by KPIs, a dashboard is a display of key data and insights presented in one place using charts, graphs, and other visual tools to help users quickly understand business performance and make informed decisions. So, just like your car has a dashboard where you can see everything, all the indicators, all the meters, all that is going on, all that you need to be aware of, you see in one place. Business intelligence wants their key data and insights to be visualized in one place. So this is what we call a dashboard. Dashboard. Please type dashboard in the chat for me. I don't think we've typed dashboard today. So this lesson is going to start with you typing a lot of things to follow along and you starting your Power BI and doing the work to follow along. All right. Okay. So let me see. Thank you very much. You guys are amazing. I'm so happy when you type these things, and it makes me understand that you are following, you are paying attention, and it makes me understand that you are participating. All right. So let me give you a second for you to read what is on the screen yourself. And I want to understand if you are clear on what a dashboard is. Just take a second and read what is on the screen. And if you understand what a dashboard is as a data analyst or data scientist, please let me know in the chat if you understand what a dashboard is. So let me see from the class how many have understood what a dashboard is. What a dashboard is. And of course, we'll have a lot of practicals on this. And so you will create dashboards yourself and you will get it. Thank you, Lucretia. Thank you so much. All right. So this is a dashboard. So let's look at this dashboard as well. And with this dashboard, we are pulling out key data and key insights and KPIs that the business knows that by looking at this, we understand what is going on in the business. This is what is meant by a dashboard. So by looking at this in one place, we are able to see total sales. We are able to see sales over time. You can click on 2015. Is it 2015? Yeah, 2010. Then 2000, 2002, 2001, 2024. And all of these are interactive, meaning by clicking on 2024, the entire data set or the entire dashboard is going to transform into 2024. And every metric on this dashboard is clickable. All right. Companies need this service. Companies need experts who can really deep dive into their data and create a dashboard for them. This dashboard you are looking at is not ordinary at all. Every business needs this. Every company that is operating wants to know what is happening in their business. And every company needs this. They want to know how their products are performing, how sales is performing. They want to understand how the departments and the various services and products are performing and various branches are performing. Every business needs this. Now, these businesses understand that only a few people are trained to create this. So who can tell me those who create this and really understand this? Because this may look simple, but it is not ordinary at all. It is not simple at all. Who can tell me the professionals who create this? Anybody? Someone says data analyst, BI analyst. Thank you. And you are all right. And you are all right. And so you in this class, your job is to understand how to create this. And this week, our job is to learn how to create this from the absolute beginner level to a certified professional. If you follow this training for the next 3 weeks, you are going to be a certified professional. We want to deep dive into this and we want to be done with it. We want to be done with it and we want to do it in a way that everyone can understand. This very powerful dashboard is in a dark theme. You can have the same thing in a lighter theme and it is still a dashboard. So when you get into Power BI, you are going to create this. But this is not just any simple information. It is backed by a large data set. So before you get here, there are other things to do to ensure that the data behind this is right. Because if the data is not right, this is also going to be wrong. Like we said, GIGO. What is GIGO? What does it mean? What does GIGO mean? What does GIGO mean? GIGO means, thank you very much. GIGO means garbage in, garbage out. This means that before you get to visualization, the data aspect needs to be handled really, really well. The data aspect needs to be cleaned. The data aspect needs to be transformed and designed in a way that it will produce this really well. And it takes a trained person who understands the various stages of data analysis to do that. When you get into Power BI, you are not just going to start creating the visuals. You are going to start by thinking about the data first. And you are even going to forget about the visuals in the beginning. And you are going to pay solid attention to the quality of the data. As we go through all of these, a time will come that you will really understand that in data science and data analysis, there's a lot of emphasis on cleaning data and getting quality data. Because in machine learning modeling, the same thing happens. You are going to understand how data needs to be really handled. And most of the various stages and steps in working with data, you are going to see similarities. And you are going to know where priority needs to be given and where attention needs to be given. The primary goal of Power BI is to turn complex raw data into meaningful insights. Meaningful insight. Meaningful insight. We'll take a minute and talk about what insights are. As data analysts, we know this is our field, this is our job. So there are certain terminologies that we need to really make the time in class and just talk about them. The primary goal of Power BI, so this Power BI we are talking about, is to turn complex raw data. Think of the picture I showed you. Complex data into meaningful insights. And this is done through easy to understand charts and dashboards for better decision making. So you understand that we have the data and the goal is 10 meaningful insights. But this is done through easy to understand charts and dashboards. And this informs decision making. If you check the definition of data science, you are going to be told the same thing. If you check the definition of data analysis, you are going to be told the same thing. Power BI is a tool for the data analysts or the BI analyst to draw the same insights but through easy to understand charts and dashboards. So what do we mean by insights? So let's take a minute as professionals and talk about this term, insights. In data analytics, the term insights refers to meaningful findings. Please type that first before I tell you what next to type. And if you know what I'm going to ask you to type, you will already type it. So let me see in the chat those who have done that. All right. So in data analytics, the term insights refers to meaningful findings. Think about that. Or conclusions drawn. Please type that as well. Conclusions drawn. And so, just like I mentioned, anytime you read about the definition of data science, we talk about implementing multiple disciplines through computer science, through mathematics, through business domain expertise, and through various disciplines, just for the goal of drawing insights to inform decision making. So this insight, what it means is that they are meaningful findings from data analysis, or they are conclusions that we draw from data analysis. Findings that help explain what the data is doing. So the term insights are findings or information that help explain what is happening in the data, the trends in the data, behaviors, patterns, or even anomalies. And based on the findings, it can guide business strategy, improvement, or decisions. So we are talking about findings from analyzing data that help explain from statistical point of view, from mathematical point of view, from business point of view, what is happening. Sometimes this word could be a statistical term, or a mathematics term, or a business term. but they are the information or the findings or the conclusions drawn that helps explain the data and it guides decision making. So let me give you an example. Raw data findings. The raw data findings says sales increased by 20% in Q3. Okay, so this is what the data is saying. And what is the insight? The insight says that a marketing campaign launched in Q3 likely drove the sales spike, suggesting that the marketing campaign was effective. Let's think about this for a second. The insight refers to the knowledge and the information and the conclusions that we draw from the trends in the data, from the patterns we find. Business stakeholders need some powerful type of information after the data is analyzed, and this particular information explains why the data is like that. Both the trends, both patterns, and even anomalies. So in this particular raw data, we saw that sales increase. We just saw it by 20% in Q3, maybe through one of the charts. But what conclusions can be drawn? What knowledge, what information, what insights is drawn from that? What conclusions? So an example is that we are aware that we launched a marketing campaign in Q3, and that's likely increased the sales spike, suggesting that the marketing campaign we did was effective. Because it helps us understand what happened, not just that, what we have to do. Does this particular insight helps if you are the business owner? Does this particular insight helps you? Does it help you? Let me know in the chat. Does it help you if you're the business owner? Does it help you? All right. Thank you, Anozi. Great to see you. Now, if it helps you, my next question is, will it inform your next decision? Will it inform a decision? Because of these insights, that's based on statistics, based on the analysis, based on everything, we have concluded that this is an insight from the data, because a business needs to make data-driven decisions. Why do we make data-driven decisions? Because we are waiting for the insights. So after going through all the data analysis and data science techniques, we wait for the insights. The insights should be very true than anybody's assumption. The insights should be very, very true than anybody's feelings or anybody's thoughts, because it is from the data. And all the analysis has been done to prove that this is what the data is saying. And so we make data-driven decisions out of it. Thank you very much. Thank you, Lucretia. So it helps inform decision making. This is very powerful. Let's give another example. So let's say from our raw data, or from our data, mobile users account for 60% of the traffic. Let's say from our websites. Mobile conversion rate is only 0.8%. And desktop conversion rate is at 2.5%. This is what the data is saying, or this is what we are seeing. Okay, this is what we are seeing. So what insights can be drawn from this data? After we are seeing this, the insight could be that despite most visitors coming from mobile devices, mobile users are significantly less likely to complete a purchase, indicating potential issues with the mobile user experience or checkout flows or flow, checkout flow. All right. So this is what is going on in the business. This is what the data is saying. We are getting more mobile users, mobile visits, but the conversion from desktop is even higher than mobile. So what insights, what information are we going to get? The insight is that there may be issues with the mobile environment or the mobile experience. And based on that, we will get an idea to make a decision based upon that. Let's try one more example. So customers between 18 and 25 have a 45% shopping cart abandonment rate. This is what we are seeing from the data. The insight could be that this age group may prefer faster checkouts or mobile optimized interfaces, indicating a need for improvements there. So this particular age group may prefer a different checkout or mobile optimized interfaces, because we can see that in this particular age group, from the data, we are seeing 45% of shopping cart abandonment. This means the shopping cart process may be too boring or too long for this particular age group. And so it informs an optimization to be done, and they may prefer a faster checkout. Sometimes we want to verify so many things. We want people to fill a lot of forms, but maybe because for this particular age group, that is hindering their checkout. So the business has the insight and can make decisions based upon that. The primary goal of Power BI is to turn complex raw data into meaningful insights through easy to understand charts and dashboards for better decision making. All right. Now, Power BI is a business analytics tool developed by Microsoft. So we understand that this is developed by Microsoft, and later we will use another one that is not developed by Microsoft called Tableau. And there are a lot of companies that work within the Microsoft ecosystem, and a lot of companies that depend on Microsoft for business intelligence through Power BI. And there are other companies that also work outside the Microsoft ecosystem and prefer Tableau. And so we will also make the time later on to study about Tableau. But Power BI is from Microsoft, and this explains why it works on Windows. So natively, Power BI is not designed for Mac, but for Windows. And so usually it works on Windows. And if you're a Mac user, you need to find Windows on your machine before you can run it, or unless you get a Windows machine to be able to run it. So Power BI is a business analytics tool developed by Microsoft that allows users to visualize data, share insights, and make informed decisions. I'm going to play a short clip, and after this short clip, we will move to the next stage. So today is just an introduction, and what I'm doing now is to let you understand what Power BI is and some of the important terminologies. And after this, we will be exploring the interface of Power BI. We are taking the training step by step. We will ensure that everyone has installed it. We explore the interface, and in our next lesson, we get right into the workflows and the first demo, which we will all have a feel of to create and present what we have done.
Let's talk about Power BI. What is it? How does it work? Why should you care? And how you can start using it today. All of that and more in 2 minutes. Start the timer. Power BI is Microsoft's business analytics tool that transforms raw data into stunning interactive visuals. Whether it's sales reports, website traffic, or even inventory management, Power BI makes it easier to analyze data and make better decisions. Created in 2015, Power BI has quickly become one of the go-to tools for businesses of all sizes. Before tools like this, working with data meant dealing with endless spreadsheets or complex coding. Power BI simplified that by focusing on visuals and ease of use. One of the reasons Power BI is so popular is because it integrates seamlessly with other Microsoft tools like Excel, SharePoint, and Teams. It connects to over 100 data sources from SQL databases to cloud platforms like Salesforce and allows you to combine, clean, and analyze data all in one place. Its drag and drop interface makes creating charts, graphs, and dashboards incredibly intuitive, even for beginners. But Power BI isn't just for simple charts. It's powered by DAX, or data analysis expressions. Think of DAX like Excel formulas, but with superpowers. It helps you create custom calculations like figuring out monthly growth rates or finding trends in your sales data, all with just a few lines of code. Another key feature is its cloud-based service. You can build reports on Power BI Desktop, publish them to the Power BI service, and even access them from your phone using Power BI Mobile. This makes it easy to share dashboards and collaborate in real time. And while Power BI is primarily designed for Windows users, Mac users don't have to feel left out. You can access Power BI service directly through your browser or even run Power BI Desktop on a virtual machine. These options make it easy to get started no matter your operating system. But why should you care? Businesses today rely on data to stay competitive. Whether you're a data analyst, a small business owner, or a manager, Power BI helps you transform information into actionable insights that drive results. And when it comes to salaries, data analysts get paid very well. According to ZipRecruiter, the average salary for a data analyst in the United States is around $82,000 per year. So not only will you have the tools to succeed, you'll also have a skill set that employers are willing to pay top dollar for.
All right. So Power BI allows you to do all that. And just like I said, completing this course alone qualifies you for a job. And so right after you get your certificates, whether the Rita Africa Certificate of Completion or the Microsoft Certified Power BI, you can apply for a job now. You can apply for a job now with this skill. All right. Mac users can use a web version of Power BI. If you are using Microsoft 365, you have access to Power BI on the web. So you can use it through the web, or you can set up a virtual machine on your computer, install Windows, and use Power BI on your Mac. All right, let's talk about the key components of Power BI because this is really what makes you understand what we are dealing with. Power BI is made up of a number of components, and these are the top 4. The first component is called Power BI Desktop. So please type Power BI Desktop in the chat for me. To understand Power BI, you need to understand that we have Power BI Desktop. And it is a free Windows application to create reports and data models. You have to understand that Power BI Desktop is not the only thing you need to learn to understand Power BI. As a matter of fact, the desktop is just one part of using Power BI. that is where you create your visualizations. But there is another tool called Power BI Service. Please type Power BI Service in the chat for me. Type Power BI Service in the chat for me. Thank you. So I can see Power BI Desktop from a lot of people. Thank you, Oluwafemi, Tariro. Thank you, Joanne, Anozi. Thank you, Abel. So we have Power BI Service. And this is another tool that is used to publish, to share, and to collaborate on your work. So what this means is that you create the work in Power BI Desktop, and then you publish it to Power BI Service. From Power BI Service, that is where you can share your work for others to also get to use your work or get to view your work. We also have what is called Power BI Mobile. Please type that in the chat as well. Power BI Mobile. Let me see who has already typed it. Power BI Mobile. Okay, thank you, Newman. Power BI Mobile is a mobile app for accessing your work on the go. This means we have a creation environment, which is a software we call Power BI that you've installed on your computer. But then the work needs to be published to an environment called Power BI Service. In the Power BI Service, you can also access your work with the Power BI Mobile. And then we have a powerful component called Power BI Gateway, which is a bridge to connect your on-premise data source with the Power BI cloud service. So as your work is published, it can be connected directly with your company data. So we'll take a minute and explore each one of these components, because this is really what defines what Power BI is. And this is really what makes us understand the tool as professionals. So your job is not just about understanding Power BI Desktop and using Power BI Desktop. You need to have an understanding of the other components as well. So Power BI Desktop, what is the purpose? Okay. So Power BI Desktop, the purpose is to create reports, transform, and model data. This is where you do the work. And for you to do the work, you need to load data, you need to transform data, you need to model data, and you need to create the reports and the visualizations. So this is where we do the work. And this particular tool is used by data analysts, data engineers, data developers, report designers, because this is where we actually do the work. This is where we do the work. So let's read a little bit about it. Power BI Desktop is the main authoring and data modeling tool. It allows users to connect to multiple data sources. This is very important because for you to start working, first of all, you need to connect to a data source. Tomorrow we'll connect to our first data source. You can connect to Excel, you can connect to SQL, you can connect to multiple data sources, even cloud data sources. You can even connect to GitHub right from Power BI. So this allows you to connect to your data because you need the data before you can create the visualizations. Also, we have what is called clean and transform data, which is very, very important using Power Query. So please type Power Query in the chat for me. Power Query. Power Query. So this particular lesson is an introduction to what we are about to get into. And we are hearing a lot of things that we are going to be using practically. And in Power BI, we use Power BI Desktop. But within Power BI Desktop, there's another tool that works within it called Power Query Editor or Power Query. This Power Query is what is used for data transformation. So for you to be able to create your visualizations, first you need to load your data and you need to ensure the quality of your data through another environment called Power Query. So when we get into Power BI, we'll take a minute to forget about the visualizations first and spend some time in Power Query. Power Query is like Excel within Power BI, and it actually came from Excel, and it allows you to clean and work on your data before you get into the modeling and visualization part. Sorry about that. All right. So build a data model with relationships and calculate fields and design visually compelling reports and dashboards. All right. So what this means is that this is where the work is actually done in Power BI Desktop. So you are going to be using a software called Power BI Desktop. Key features: connect to 100 plus data sources. Wow. Wow. Power BI is so interesting that before you use it, you need to connect to a data source. You need to load data. Just like pandas in Python, for you to start working, you need to load your data. So Power BI is the same thing. You load your data and you can connect to so many tools, over 100 data sources, Excel, SQL, APIs, multiple sources, and you have access to the data. When you get the data, you need to transform the data. We will spend some time and have a whole lesson on data transformation because this is the most important part of your work. This is where, if you don't take time, garbage will enter into your work. And companies don't want to make decisions based on error data. And so in the data transformation stage, which is also called data cleaning, you take time and you ensure that your data is accurate, all errors are fixed, and you do the transformation in Power BI Desktop in another tool called Power Query Editor within Power BI Desktop. Then we create what is called data models with relationships. This is where we connect multiple data tables and data sheets together for them to have relationships. And it will help us to query across multiple tables. If you are a SQL user, you understand this already, that we need to build relationships in our tables. Power BI does the same thing. You can build relationships. And then in Power BI Desktop, you can also write DAX formulas for custom calculations. And so we will be introduced to a language within Power BI called DAX, where we actually take time to create custom calculations or write formulas for custom calculations. Then after everything, you go ahead and create your interactive reports, your charts, your slices, the visuals, your dashboards. Okay, so how to access, we'll spend some time and talk about the download well, but this is the link to download Power BI Desktop. Remember, we are talking about Power BI Desktop, and this is available via Microsoft Store as a direct installer. So you can get it on this link, and this is designed for Windows. It's for Windows only. This means natively it doesn't run on Mac, so you need a Windows computer to do it. If you only have a Mac, then you can consider the Microsoft 365 online version and you can use it. For Windows users, it is absolutely free and anyone can download it and use it. You can also install from the Microsoft Store, and it is said that if you install from the Microsoft Store, you get automatic updates. All right. Let me quickly talk about Power BI service because this is another part of the whole equation that allows us to use Power BI. So with what we are going to be doing, we are going to have an environment where we do the data cleaning and the visualization, and we have a Power BI cloud service where the work is published to. Once the work is published to the service, then it can be shared for collaboration and for analysis. The purpose of Power BI service is to share and collaborate on your work. That is your reports, your dashboards, your visualizations. This is used by business users, team leads, and executives. So if you look back, the first one, Power BI Desktop, is used by the creators. And the creators are the data analysts, data developers, and report designers. But the service is not used by these people. Well, they also use it to see what is going on. But the service is used by business users mostly for them to have access to the visualizations and the business intelligence, used by team leads and used by executives. Now, Power BI service is a cloud-based platform hosted by Azure, where you can publish reports from Power BI Desktop. Remember that you publish from Power BI Desktop and share them with others in your organization. It supports dashboards, real-time collaboration, and scheduled data refreshes. So right now we have seen two different environments, one for creating and one for reporting or sharing or collaboration. The key features here: publish and view reports online, create and manage dashboards, collaborate using workspaces, set up data refresh schedules within Power BI service, ask questions using natural language Q&A. To get access to Power BI service, you need to type this link, app.powerbi.com, and Microsoft will let you use a Microsoft 365 work account, not a personal Microsoft account, to give you access to it. For subscription, you can subscribe to a free tier, but we have Pro or Premium users, and that is required for sharing and collaboration features. So get an idea of what we are talking about. All right. Before we proceed, so far I have mentioned 3 environments, and I want to see who can mention all 3 environments. If you are really paying attention, I want to see anyone who can mention all 3 environments. So let's go. I'm looking for the first person. First person takes a win. I'm checking. Okay. All right. So we will talk about the rest because I even showed you 4. So I'm not talking about what I showed you. I'm talking about what I have just explained. So far from what I'm seeing, I'm only going to take 2 from what Tolu has shared. So I want to see who will give me all the 3 that I just talked about. Okay. And I'm not seeing anyone getting it right. Let me see if anybody has gotten it. I'm yet to talk about 2 more. So far, I've talked about 3, and I'm looking for who can remember. First, we have Power BI Desktop. I mentioned that within Power BI Desktop, there's another tool, another environment that lives within Power BI Desktop, which is a different tool altogether. but works within Power BI desktop, and it is used for something very important. So it is part of what I'm asking for. Then the third one is Power BI service. So, okay, now you got it. So we've talked about Power BI desktop. We've talked about Power Query or Power Query editor. And then we've talked about Power BI service. Next, let's quickly mention Power BI Gateway and talk about what it is and what it does. Now, this is bridge for on-premises data with Power BI service. So once the work is published to Power BI service, it can be connected to enterprise data systems on premise within an organization. And this is handled by data engineers who design data pipelines and IT administrators and database administrators who can connect companies' data systems to Power BI service to manage the visualizations that have been designed. So Power BI Gateway, so right now, you are not going to be using Power BI Gateway that much, at least yet. So after we learn what it is, we are going to forget about it a little, and we will focus on Power BI Desktop, Power BI Service, and Power BI Mobile. So Power BI Gateway securely connects your on-premises data sources like your SQL Server, Oracle, etc., to Power BI Cloud Service, allowing live queries or scheduled data refreshes. Because within Power BI service, you can schedule data refreshes. This is crucial for hybrid environments where sensitive data remains on-premise and can be connected to the cloud. All right. Key features of Power BI Gateway: connects Power BI service to on-prem databases, support for both import and direct queries, scheduled or real-time data updates, used with Power Apps and Power Automate. So these are other Microsoft tools that can be used for automation. This is also accessed through this link, powerbi.microsoft.com/gateway, installed on a local Windows server or Windows computer. And there are two types. We have personal mode for individual use, and we have standard mode for enterprise use, for multi-user access and production. And we also talk about Power BI Mobile. And Power BI Mobile, the purpose is to access reports and desktops on mobile devices used by executive managers and field workers. Power BI Mobile is a free app that provides access to your work, your reports, and your dashboards from anywhere. It includes touch optimized controls and allows to monitor key metrics in real time. Just like Power BI service, we have Power BI Mobile that allows you to connect to your work, but this time from anywhere on mobile. Key features: access dashboards or reports on the go, get push notifications for data alerts, interact with visuals, filters, drill down, biometric logins, Face ID, fingerprint for security, and you can download from the stores, Google Play Store and Apple iOS Store, available for Windows tablets as well. Log in with the same work or school account as Power BI service. So this is a cloud service that you just log in to have access to work that is published. So this is a web-based service. So, I mean, this is an app, but it connects to the cloud. And so you can easily connect to any work you have on your Power BI service. All right, so over here we have laid out the Power BI ecosystem for us to get a full picture. So over here, you can see multiple data sources. When we get into the practicals, we will be mentioning some of them. You connect your data source, you do your work within Power BI, and then you publish your work to Power BI service. You can integrate your Power BI service with Power BI Gateway, and you can access on laptops, on tablets, and on mobile from the Power BI Service Cloud. So this is a quick overview of the Power BI ecosystem. To end the lesson, I'm going to play another clip to help us understand what we've spoken about so far. And then we will do a quick tour of the interface, and then we will end. So let me share my screen again, and we will watch this short clip.
When it comes to data, the faster you can turn this into this, the faster you can understand and use it all to make your business run better. With Microsoft Power BI, you can quickly connect to data, prep it, model and visualize as much or as little as you like, then securely share insights. Even embed it all into your app or website. To get started, download the free Power BI desktop application and hop right in. Soon you'll be connecting to hundreds of data sources on-premise or in the cloud, like Excel, Salesforce, Google Analytics, social networks, even IoT devices to get real-time information, and turning all that data into live interactive visuals. When you get the hang of that, upgrade to Pro. You'll need that to start collaborating freely, creating dashboards that deliver a 360-degree real-time view of your business, control how your data is accessed and used, and to package and deliver your stunning new content to users with apps of their own. The premium version is for really scaling up across larger enterprises and embedding content past your own digital properties without per-user licenses. And one more thing, want it all on mobile so you can react to changes on the fly? Here you go. With Power BI, we make it easy to always be in compliance too, for things like GDPR. Download the free Power BI application today and start turning your data into smarter decisions for your business.
With Power BI, you can view reports, explore data, and always stay up to date. Here's a quick tour so that you can get started fast. Home is where you find your content. If you don't have content already, look at Shared with Me and Recommended sections to discover what's available. If you install the Power BI mobile app, you can view any of this same content on the go. Let's take a look at a dashboard. Dashboards contain data from many sources in an at-a-glance view, organized as a series of tiles. Alerts on dashboards let you track changes to your data. Click on the ellipses for any numbered tile. Then manage alerts to set one up. Once you specify an alert threshold, you will be notified by email and on your mobile device if the metric changes. If you want to ask a question, just leave a comment from any dashboard tile. You can @mention other people to automatically notify them. While dashboards provide a summary, reports let you do detailed analysis. Click on any dashboard tile to navigate to a more detailed report. Here you have more tools to explore your data. Filter your view by selecting Values. We'll save these for the next time you return, but you can reset to the default view here. Click Data in Visuals to highlight the impact they have on other metrics on the page. If you want to analyze the data further, you can export any report visual to Excel. Click on the ellipses, then Export Data. You'll see that summarized data includes the data from the report visual, whereas underlying data is the detailed records, in this case, each sales transaction. Click Subscribe to get a copy of this report in your email inbox. If you don't have permissions to subscribe, you can always ask the data owner to subscribe you. Lastly, you can favorite your Power BI content. It will show up at the top of Home. Now it's time to start exploring on your own. If you want to learn more, check out more help content at the bottom of Home.
All right. So as data analysts, data scientists, you are expected to understand how to do this. These dashboards are real dashboards from Power BI, and this is a work you will be doing as a data professional. Your job is to be trained to understand how this works so that you can implement this for businesses. This is a serious tool, and this is a serious training that we are embarking on in this and next week, and if possible, the next week after that as well. You need to attach every seriousness. You need to attach all the efforts that you need to get into this really well, because we are doing a deep dive into this and we are going to explore it very, very well. And anyone who follows along will become a certified Power BI professional who understands it and has the skills. So this is going to be a full practical training, and it's going to be hands-on. You are going to follow along. Adding to this, you must do your self-study before you come to class. So before you come to class, use a Microsoft platform to read as much as possible. Because in these 2 to 3 weeks, you are going to acquire the skills and you are going to be qualified even for examination. So let's put in the work now. Let's put in the work now. And we want all of us to work together to achieve this at the same time. If you miss anything, go back to the videos, go back to the material on Microsoft and make sure you catch up and we complete this. What we have left right now is to do a very simple tour on the Power BI software. And so I will share my slides, and we've already talked about installation. So if you have not installed it, please make sure you do. If you have installed it, please open to it right now. And I want you to take a screenshot and put in the chat for me. Let me see those who have their Power BI ready. We'll just talk about the interface a little, and we will end the class in the next 5 to 10 minutes. And tomorrow, we will have another quick overview of the interface, and we will have another quick overview of the interface, and we will start with our demo. So by the end of tomorrow's lesson, you will have created your first Power BI dashboard. Sometimes to achieve something, you need to fight for it. Sometimes to make some progress, you need to sacrifice for it. Sometimes to move forward, you need to push yourself a little. the time has come for us to get this. And so this and next week, we want to push ourselves. And this is hands-on. This means everyone is accountable. Everyone must follow. Everyone needs to work along with the class. Do your work, and you'll be asked to present. You'll be asked to show your work. And let's all do this together. And I'm marking all those who are fully participating. And we are going to recognize those who succeed and acquire the skills and do very well in this journey. All right. So let's do a quick interface tour. And so thank you all for opening your Power BI. I'm also going to open mine. And I have Power BI here. You can see Power BI Desktop. I have Power BI Desktop here. I can just open to Power BI Desktop. And it will launch beautifully. And we have what is called a welcome screen. Welcome screen. So this is the welcome screen. If you can see my screen, this is a welcome screen. And most of you have shared yours. The welcome screen allows you to get started with your work. And you can see that with Power BI, the first thing you do in Power BI Desktop, let me now be more specific. In Power BI Desktop, the first thing you do is what I've highlighted. So who can tell me what I've highlighted here? This is the first thing you do. All right, so someone says that the first thing you do is to, thank you, get data. Over here, you have access to recent data sources. And before we get into Power BI, we are going to be dealing with data sources, understand where the data needs to come from, and explore the various sources that we can get data. And over here, if we have any reports here, we can click here to open them. And so this is just a welcome screen to welcome you to Power BI Desktop. And you can even close it and still get access to the full Power BI Desktop. Now, once you are within Power BI Desktop, you are going to start working. And to get started working, the first thing here is File, which leads you to the Backstage view, just like we have in Excel and PowerPoint. And those of you who were here during the Excel class, I spoke to you about my experience in the Backstage at TV3 in Ghana. And you have access to the Backstage view over here. Then we have what is called a ribbon. We have what is called a ribbon. So the ribbon is what we see here, sorry. The ribbon is the giant toolbar we see here. This is called a ribbon. This is called a ribbon. So this is called a ribbon. And on this particular ribbon, we have multiple tabs. We have the Home tab, we have the Insert tab, we have the Modeling tab, we have the Views tab, we have the Optimize, and we have the Help tab. All right. If you have connected your Power BI desktop to another tool, you may have External Resources tab here, where you get access to the other tools you have connected your Power BI with. But if you have not done any extensive interconnection with other tools, then you are not going to see that. Now, in the Home tab, just like we have in Microsoft Office, we can see that Microsoft has actually grouped the commands. So this entire area here under the Home tab is referred to as this group. Now, who can see what this is? What is this group called? What is this group called? Let me see in the chat who knows what that group is called. That group is called clipboard. Thank you. Now, within this group, we have 4 commands. We have the paste, we have the cut, we have the copy, and we have the format painter, my favorite. In all of Africa, only 5 people know how to use the format painter. During COVID, 3 of them died, so we are left with only 2 people who know how to use a format painter. And if you're lucky in this class, I'm going to teach you how to use the format painter. All right. We also have another giant group here, which is very, very important. And this group here, the name is right here. Who can tell me what the name is quickly? And then we move. This is the last thing we are doing to end our lesson today. This group is called data group. Now, on the Home tab, Microsoft has intentionally arranged the most used tools and commands and buttons. So in Power BI itself, file is mostly needed, and so it has been placed at the left. Home is next, insert, modeling, view, optimize, help, and so on. When it comes to the commands, Microsoft also puts the most important commands at the left side. So it knows that the clipboard is very important, so it has it here. Next, data is very important. Now, when it gets to data, we have the first command here that says get data. This get data right here is the same thing we saw before, and it is where you connect to your data source. When we start working, this is the first place we will get to. And as a matter of fact, in Power BI, this is like the first thing you will need. And so Microsoft has placed it on the far left. When you click on this arrow, you are going to see common data sources. So you are going to see where you can connect to for data, like Excel, Power BI semantic models, data flows, Dataverse, SQL. So you may be familiar with Excel, SQL, CSV, and you can even connect to the web. Tomorrow, I think our project, we will connect to the web and pull data from the web. That is going to be very, very interesting. If you don't see your data source from here, then you click on this, which says more. When you click on more, you get access to all the data sources, and these are over 100 data sources within Power BI. Anywhere you want to get your data from. That is amazing. And you can see all these data sources. We have data warehouses, we have data lakes and lake houses and Azure SQL. And let's see if AWS will be found here. And okay, I didn't see any direct to AWS, but maybe it is there, but renamed. So we have several data sources here. Microsoft is Azure, so they have Azure here. And Salesforce is here. You can connect to Salesforce. And we even have Google Analytics. You can connect to Google Analytics. LinkedIn Sales Navigator, GitHub, a lot of QuickBooks, a lot of data sources. All right. So this is just a quick tour. And yes, I've seen some AWS tools. So later we'll get into them. You can click on this if it is a file, if it's a database, if it's from Microsoft Fabric, if it's from Power Platform, from Azure, from other online services. you can actually connect to them from here. All right. Okay, let me close this. And right here, we have what is called Excel workbook. Now you can see that all of these are in one group. They are all in one group. So definitely they are all, sorry, they are all in one group. So definitely they are talking about the same thing. So all of them are about data. So you can get your data from Excel, either from here or directly from this button here. We have Data Hub, SQL Server, or you can even enter your own data. We have what is called Dataverse, and we have recent data sources. So with this Get Data, you can click on the arrow here, or you can click on the icon here. In most Microsoft applications, when you see any command like this, you will know that there are two places to click. You can click on this to get access to the more sources, or you can click on the arrow to get access to the list. So this is where we get our data from before we start working. The next group here is called queries. The next group here is referred to as queries, sorry. And in queries, we have what is called transform data, and we have refresh. Now this transform data opens a tool called Power Query Editor. When you click on it, it will open a tool we call Power Query Editor. This is a tool. We don't have any data in it, but before we start working in Power BI for real, our data will be cleaned over here in Power Query Editor. Now, Power Query Editor is actually given to you when you are getting into Power BI. Yes. But if you have already completed or canceled that particular window that gives you Power Query Editor Transform, you can always get back to it by clicking on this transform to get back to Power Query. All right, so let me be fast right now. We have what is called insert, which allows us to insert new visuals, text box, or more visuals. So over here, you can see at the far right here that we have certain panes over here or panels over here. And when we start using Power BI, we are going to be picking our visualizations from here. We are going to be picking our charts and visualizations from here. Over here, we can see that we have a panel for data and we have a panel for filters as well. We will be working in these panels or panes, we call them panes. We'll be working in these panes a lot. This is where we are going to get our data and our visualizations. You can collapse them as you wish. And over here, you can click on new visual from here to insert a visual onto your workspace. Very soon, we'll talk about this giant area called your workspace, where you start building your reports and your visualizations. You can insert a text box. If you need a text box to create a title, you can insert right from here and you can type it. We are going to do this well. For me, I love graphics, I love visual. So this particular lesson, I'm so excited about it. And you can insert more visuals from app stores, from app source, and from other files over here. If you are using a different version of Power BI, sometimes you can see these visualizations over here under insert as well. And there are some new features that Power BI is launching. And so Power BI allows those new features to be tested. And what I just mentioned is part of what Power BI is about to launch. And within the settings, you can choose to start using them. There are features that are now coming, and in your Power BI options, you can actually decide to use those. And I don't want to get into that right now, but these are preview features that are yet to come that you can activate for you to get access to some of the features that Microsoft is previewing before they actually fully launch them. All right. On the Home tab, let me quickly jump to one important tool here and button here that is called Share. So when you are done creating your work, this is where you click to push your work to publish your work to the Power BI service. So this is where you will sharing, and it is very, very important. At the far left here, we can see that we have multiple views here. And over here, I want to ask you what you see if my screen is visible. After putting my mouse on it, I'm seeing something. What do you see there? Quickly, let me see if you can see the same thing. And it is referred to as the report view. Thank you, Robly and Timothy. So this is where you actually create your reports. And your reports is the visualization you will create over here. So if you are in report view, you will start seeing this particular workspace. If you move away from report view, you can go to another view. We have the table view where you see your data in a tabular form, rows and columns. And then we have a model view where you are able to establish relationships within your data. So just like Microsoft Access, just like SQL, you are able to establish relationships within your data. So this is a quick overview of the interface. Power BI is very, very simple. And in our next lesson, we will deep dive into this and we will learn it like nobody's business. I love visualizations. I love graphics. I design a lot. I like visual. So I actually love this particular course and we are going to learn a whole lot. So these are some of the things I took you through right now. And these are the panes. And these are the panes when you open them. And we also have these pages. You can have multiple pages in your report and your report view. So we have the report view, which is the default view. We have the data view to show your data. We have the model view to build relationship within your data. And of course, we have your dashboard canvas or your workspace where you start doing your work and seeing your work. And this brings us to the end of today's lesson. I want to know if you have gotten any value from this lesson, anybody who has gotten a better understanding, better clarity, who has gotten Power BI much better. And because of time, we will continue tomorrow. And I can see that Newman says yes. Kiribel says yes. Timothy says I've learned a lot. And Marasi, great to see you again. Marcy says yes. Nkruleko, Tolu, Tariro, Norbert. Thank you to Marasi. Lucretia says yes, and Robly, of course, says yes. So thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all for joining. Make sure you join tomorrow. Don't miss tomorrow's demo. Tomorrow is going to be wonderful. You are going to get a feel of it. And this particular training today is like the most informational session. Moving forward is going to be collaborative, it's going to be hands-on, going to be exercises, and we are going to work. By the time we are done, we are all going to acquire the skill. This is going to be a life transforming experience for you. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. Be part of it. Be part of all the sessions. Be part of this particular deep dive into Power BI. and you will never regret it. Thank you all. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you tomorrow. I wish you all the best. Bye bye.